Hello from Hocking Hills.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, friends. So today we don't have to sit down there.
I know, but the sun is so much in my eyes. Sorry if I squint.
So today is our 22nd wedding anniversary.
Because we were 12 when we got married.
We weren't 12, but I wasn't quite 21. I was 2 months shy of being 21, 2.5 months shy. Anyway, so 22 years today, and so we were down in Hocking Hills at a nice cabin, a great view, and we had 2 nights just kind of get away together, and so we are having a great time.
Yeah, we did a thing today.
We did a thing. We decided on the way down here that we would get matching tattoos for our anniversary. And so we decided to get
can you see them?
wedding band tattoos. So these each, we looked at different things and kind of came up with an idea that we loved, that was kind of unique that we didn't see. So we each wrote love in our own handwriting and to be tattooed on the other one, and then kind of made a wedding band around it. So there it is. So
we did it. It's my second tattoo, and it didn't hurt as much as the first one did, but wow, the sides, really hurt.
Yeah, the sides hurt. It didn't make me fall in love with tattoos. I mean, like getting tattoos, but I love how it looks.
So we're super excited about that.
Love it.
But we come to you with news. We found out this week that my cancer is back. Apparently, I am an overachiever, and I grew cancer during chemo. We found out, based on some symptoms I was having, that I have 2 sizable masses on my liver. I have a large mass on my pelvis, and I have 3 smaller masses on the lining of my abdomen.
Like when she says large, like some of them are like 3 and 4 inches large.
10 centimeters is the one, and 9 is the other one, and then 6, and then the other ones are kind of small. But so that was hard news to take.
Yeah. We're smiling, but we've had some time to process, and there's been lots of crying and lots of smiling and good time together. This time for us, time down here has been good for us, but
the news was super discouraging. My doctor's pretty upset. So we met with her on Wednesday. It feels like a lifetime ago, but we met with her on Wednesday, and basically she gave us 3 options. The first option is to try a different type of chemo, and because of the toxicity of that medication, it'll require me to be hospitalized for 3 days every 21 days. And we would do 2 cycles, 3 weeks apart, and then 3 weeks after the second cycle we would do a repeat scan to see if the chemo is working. The hard part about this is that there is only a 20% chance that this particular chemo will work for me.
20% effective rate.
20% effective rate. Our second option is a trial out of OSU. And unfortunately, that's still only in the phase 2 of the trial. And really, you want to start a trial kind of phase 3. And they've only just recently added my type of cancer to it. They are not seeing any shrinkage of cancer, but they are seeing stabilization. And right now, it's kind of my doctor's belief that that's still not a way to live, is to just have stabilization. I'm uncomfortable, sometimes in pain. But it is an option. And the third option was really just best supportive care, and that's if we opted out of any treatment, just to make me as comfortable as possible. We have opted for number 1. We are going to try the chemo. We will give it two rounds, do the scan. We had to ask a lot of hard questions, and one of the hard questions was if we opted out of all treatments, or if option 1, the chemo doesn't work, what does that mean for me? And she said we were talking about time in a matter of months. And that was really, really hard. It was really hard to hear. It was really hard to tell our kids. It's been really hard to tell our family and friends. And now it's hard to tell you that I don't have great odds right now. And so we need a miracle. And we're gonna fight really hard until until we know what else to do, I guess, at this point. We have cried a lot. We have laughed a lot. We've had some really, really, really hard conversations. And what we find ourselves doing is trying to find that balance between joy and grief. And to grieve this process, to grieve what it means for us right now, but also to live in the moment and be joyful and find the good things like wedding band tattoos. And it's been hard. It's been a process. We told our kids that we're not going to live every day like it's our last day, but we're going to live every day to the fullest.
Because the doctor had said, she said, see the people you want to see, take the trip you've always wanted to take, and
because now is the time to do that.
And so that kind of just goes into what we've had to figure out what that means for us, and living each day to its fullest, not like it's our last day, but living it to the fullest. And I mean, that's really, none of us are promised tomorrow, but things, we've had conversations that we never intended to have over the last week, or the last couple months, but especially over the last week with the return of the cancer. And man, this trip has been awesome for us. We brought our wedding album and went through some pictures in our wedding album, went through a journal that Christie wrote for me. She gave to me a couple years ago for Christmas, where every couple days she would write a journal entry to me. And
for the entire year. Now that's commitment right there.
It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And so we feel like we are living each day to its fullest right now and making the most of every day, because none of us is promised tomorrow. And so I think it's so easy to get lulled into just a complacency and a day-to-day and just kind of living out a routine. And so it is finding that balance.
So one of the things that we kind of talked about over the last day or so is that the last 2 years have been pretty hard for our family. A lot of changes, a lot of challenges, and we thought that was hard, and we think that fighting Miley's disease is hard, which it is, but we realize that all of this has prepared us to fight this kind of hard. And so what do the Fruits 5 do best? We fight, we dig deep, and that's what we're planning to do. But we do it with trust and confidence that God is good, and that God has good for us, and that God is good at being God. And sometimes I don't know what that good looks like, and sometimes it doesn't feel real good, and it doesn't feel real good right now, but I'm confident, and I trust him. And we've talked a lot about what does the rest of my time look like, whether it's a matter of months, whether I get hit by a car tomorrow, whether we have years, but have I lived this life well? Can I stand before my God and have him say, well done? And that's what we hope for, and that's what we strive for, as we want our kids to know. And again, we're gonna have to work every day to find that balance between joy and grief. This doesn't mean I'm giving up. It doesn't mean that we're not fighting. And there may be a time where we have to choose to fight differently, and that means without treatment. But right now, we're gonna dig deep, and we're gonna do what we need to do. And we trust our doctor. We trust the path we have chosen, and we are thankful for people who stand beside us and hold our arms up when we're too tired to go. And we're thankful that people in our lives are supporting whatever choice we make, and that means the world to us. But we invite you to laugh with us, and to cry with us, and to pray with us, and to encourage us. And man, I'm just gonna beg you to be respectful of my kids right now. hearing the news was hard. Telling my kids was gut-wrenching. And their hearts are breaking. And we are just praying that we live this well so that they live this well. And we don't really know what that looks like. So please just, man, encourage them. Tell them you're praying for them, but don't ask them questions, and don't ask them the hard things. If you have questions, you're welcome to ask us about them, but please just encourage our kids and just support them.
And just to echo that, like, you're welcome to ask or say anything to me, share any story you want with me.
Any remedy, any people you know that, anybody that you know who's done this or that or whatever, share it with him.
Share it with me.
Not with me, please.
Not with Christy and not with the kids.
It's too overwhelming to take in all the other information.
The thing that has been the most helpful to us this week, as we've shared with just a handful of people, it has been for people to say that they just don't even know what to say. And
I so prefer that. Thank you so much.
And to just say, I don't know what to say, but man, that sucks. And to let us know that they're praying for us and that they're with us, and whatever we need, whatever that means. And so that's been super helpful. But
one of our kids talked about when they told their friends initially about my diagnosis. They had people saying things to them and trying to fill that void of I don't know what to say. And and one of our kids said that one of their friends didn't say anything, just sat quietly with them. And that's so much more important, especially if you know me. Just sit quietly with me. Okay, really, anybody who knows me, sit quietly with me in another room. But don't try to fill. You don't have to fill it with.
Yeah, it's okay.
Don't fill it with, I don't know, meaningless words. It's okay not to know what to say to us, but also on the other hand, like, don't avoid us either because you don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Like, we need your encouragement. We need that high five to say, like, you've got this, even when we don't want to have it,
Yeah, for sure. I think it's one of the things we've learned most about cancer is that it's overwhelming, and we don't know what to say, and people don't know what to say or how to act around us, and that's okay. One of the things we've talked about is, kind of so there's about a 20% effectiveness rate of this type of chemo she's going on for her type of cancer. And so one of the things we just focused on, a friend said to us, is that, somebody has to be in that 20%. And so we are begging God for a miracle and focusing on trying to get Christy in that 20%, because I need more time with her. And we need more time together. We've had 22 years.
I need more time with my kids. I need more time. Time is of the essence right now, and we want to make the most of our time.
Yep.
And I tell my kids, like, I'm not afraid to die. I'm not afraid to die. My heart hurts and breaks for them and for James and for our family and our friends, and that's where my grief comes. That's where my grief comes in. But I'm not afraid. I'm a little bit afraid of the process. I'm afraid of the chemo, like how hard it is. But one of my favorite verses. This is like a really rough translation of it. Is in Ezra. Like, it's kind of my own interpretation of it. But it's, I feel fear, but I do brave. Right? I'm afraid, but I'm going to dig deep and do brave. And so we just wanted to bring you in on this. We thought a video, I'm a words girl, and so typing it out is like kind of my thing, but we wanted you to hear the heart in this that maybe sometimes written word doesn't convey.
And one of the things we're talking about today, we've had a really great day today, is that the last 2 years have been tough, but I know I just said that.
Sorry, I told him I already said that.
The last 2 years have been tough, but we're so much better and closer and love each other even so much more after what we've been through in the last 2 years. And we're so much healthier because of the things we've had to fight through. That we wouldn't have been there without them. And so it's been a blessing and a trial for sure. So that's our update. For anybody who's watching this, any of my potential wedding clients, and this is something that that's not changing any plans for me, and we've got backups that we're having backups for the backups for anything, but my plan is for Christie to be part of the 20, and
for now it's life as usual,
and for me to be at the things I'm supposed to be at. For sure I'll be taking more time with family, and so I'm thankful for that flexibility that I have, and got some people helping with different things, but we're definitely relying on a ton of people that are our team, and we've certainly learned that over these last 5 months, is that we've known that all along, from people supporting us through all kinds of things, and especially when Miley is going through rough times medically, that we've got a huge army of people behind us, cheering for us, praying for us, and that has just intensified over the last 5 months as we've gone through this battle with Christie's cancer. And so we thank you guys for that. We really couldn't do it without the support of so many people in so many different ways, big and small. So thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks. And just to give you kind of an outline of what's going to happen. First of all, I just have to tell you, my doctor is freaking fantastic. She is amazing, and she is 110% in my corner, and she is ready to fight in any way, but she also respects us, respects our decision, has said, it's totally my choice what we do, and I appreciate that. But I also know that she is also digging deep, and she actually told me, when she called me, she's like, Christie, there is no one more devastated than me. And I was like, and she goes, well, I mean, you, and then James, and then I'm next. I'm next in line, but I know she's not that close in line, but just to know that she is, she's fighting for us, and she's fighting with us, and I appreciate that. I'm so thankful for that. But we are going to take a week, just the 5 of us, and spend some time with the 5 of us, and then we will take a week or 2 with family, James's family, my family, and visiting some people. And this is gonna be hard. It's hard because right now it's kind of a I don't know if I will see these people again kind of visits, and that's hard to say, and that's hard to prepare for, but again, we're gonna live each day to the fullest, not like it's our last one, but just live it to the fullest. But in July 7th, the evening of the 7th, I will be admitted, and I'll start chemo first thing on the 8th, and I'll be there for 3 days, and so that's kind of our plan.
And then again on July 28th, and then
my scan on the 19th of August. So
we'll kind of know where things are a couple days after that.
Yeah, so things you can be praying for. Pray for, really, for us to find that balance between joy and grief. This is hard, and it's overwhelming, and pray for that miracle. Pray for this cancer just to go away. Pray that chemo works. Pray for our kids. Man, pray that God protects their hearts in this, that God protects our hearts in this. And honestly, we just, my prayer all along is that God will be honored no matter what we do. And so if you're looking for things to pray for, those are good things. Pray for wisdom for my doctor. She's a pit bull. And so we're just thankful. We know how many people have been praying for us, and how many people support us, like the text messages, the Facebook messages, those mean so much. I am a words of affirmation girl, and so all the words of encouragement really fill my heart, and so I've been super grateful for that. And it has been such a blessing to know that I don't stand alone, in this. And because I'll tell you, like, some days I just want to quit and give it all up, and I know that I have people in my corner holding me up on those days. So thank you.
Love you guys.
Love you. Sorry, so awkward. Bye.